Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. This is going to be your weekly reading for my fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, commenting, all of the things. Appreciate you guys. As always, I like to set the intention that everyone that's meant to be here will find their way here, and there will be some kind of message to uplift, heal, or inspire. May these cards represent the highest order of truth and bring clarity. Just tapping into my guides. My fire signs. Here's Leo, Sagittarius. Alright. On the bottom of the deck, we've got number 17, which breaks down to an 8. 8 reminds us of the connection of all things. And this is the card of self-reflection. I feel like this is your advice. These days leading up to the full moon in Aries, or any full moon, as I do consider all of these readings to be timeless. The next full moon, I just feel like there's going to be a deep reflection going on. You could be really getting in touch with some emotions or some deep-seated energies. For those that have been like doing the work and looking at, doing self-analysis, this will be an important reading. We've got number 13. 13 breaks down to a 4. 4s create stability. Okay, so there is some stability that wants to be formed here. And there could be some decision that requires action. Just remember that you are in control of your own decisions and your life. No one else is. This is about your passion and your will, your determination, and your success. This is about persisting and possessing free will, which means you should focus on yourself first and avoid placing your will over another's. Having the will to make the changes that you need. And this card did come out in reverse, but I'm going to keep it upright because we're going to turn that around. In reverse, you could feel like something was taken from you or something was out of your control. You could have learned something. I'm just looking at her. It looks like she's got an apple in her hand and is about to take a bite. At least that's what it looked like from here. But she sits in her intuition and in her power the more that she learns and grows. And there's remembrance of the connection with the cosmos here and with the cycles of life and the moon, which again is your inner landscape. And then we've got number 29, which breaks down to an 11. It's a master number. So there's some kind of mastery here. And the hunger energy is about, your hunger, your desire, claiming what you want. This is about feeling what you want, feeling the good. And when we trust that things will work out, even if we can't quite understand how or even see the path yet, but when we put out that intention of, this is what I desire, this is what I'm calling in, this is what I'm moving towards, then a pathway opens up in that direction. Um, 43 breaks down to a 7. 7 is a very analytical number. Analytical, logical, but it's also a very spiritual number. Some of you could have some spiritual awakenings happening at this time, or even like synchronicity, things feeling fated coming in, or soon to be coming in. Just know that sometimes shit happens, right? No matter how well you plan, there's always room for the unexpected to occur in this quantum universe. But it's all about the energy, and it's about building your resilience as well, and knowing that, and trusting also, I'm hearing that rare occurrences can happen. And so the unexpected can also move in your favor. For some of you, you could have someone that you haven't seen in a long time re-enter your life. But I just feel like this is about trusting in yourself, trusting in life. The energy of the blue moon here can best be taken advantage by setting intentions on these moons of things that you really want, but maybe have never felt could happen, or even if you did think that they could happen, just giving them energy, giving that, bringing that momentum in. And remember, it's in the feeling, okay? It's in the emotions. Bring all your senses in. This deck was calling out to me. There's a few, so we're going to use quite a few today. I'm going to make this a little longer of a video, not too long, but this is the next deck. I'm going to use the Oracle of the 7 Energies for my fire signs. Tell me about this will. Tell me about this will card. Wow. So remember, this was the energy that was in reverse, where someone maybe felt like something was out of their control, or their will was taken from them in some way. And then Spirit brings in number 22, another master number. 2s represent the polarities, the dark and the light, and this is the tender embrace. I just feel like it's a hug from Spirit. Like literally letting you know that you are supported, and remembering a remembrance that sorry, it's a lot of energy. A remembrance that you can call on your angels, you can call on your guides, even if it's just to sit with them, or if there's something you need to talk about, talking about your problems or talking about what's bothering you. This card just flew out. Number 6. 6 always reminds me of a pregnant woman, like birthing something new. It is what it is. Okay, sometimes things are out of our control. It is what it is. Beautiful message. I'm going to get some clarity on this hunger card. My fire signs. Tell me about this hunger card. Whew. Okay. Interesting. So these both flew out. Number 17 breaks down to another number 8. Again, the connection of all things. The storyteller, the connection of your word and your vision. With the Oracle's gift, number 37, which breaks down to a 10. 10 represents completions and new beginnings, as also breaks down to a 1. Some of you guys are tapping into the Akashic records here. The tree of life could be coming in for you. Some of you could be guided to write, to create at this time. I think that's going to really be a powerful tool for you. Writing in some way, scripting as well. Writing about your hunger, your desire, what it is, what story do you want to be telling? We're not telling the old story. We're telling a new story. So what story is it that you want to live out? Okay, and how can you add momentum and energy to that direction? For one, by writing about it, by speaking about it, speaking it into existence. Maybe for some of you, you need to actually communicate with someone. Maybe there needs to be a letter written even. But just make sure that if that's you, that you're feeling like you need to write a letter, maybe to someone, even if you don't give it to them, just to release some energy is what I'm feeling. To get it out and then release it. Okay, don't keep telling it. If it's something that, you know, that has been bothering you, release it. Holding on to it is not going to help you. It's not going to help anybody. What story would you like? What would you like your relationships to look like? What would you like your love life to look like? Write about it. What would you like your home to look like? Your yard, you know, your relationship with your children, with your parents. Some of you guys, I think are really going to start receiving some messages or seeing some signs from spirit or from your ancestors, I'm hearing. Yeah, somebody could be tapping into like some mediumship even, like getting message. I'm hearing dreams as well. Some of your ancestors could be speaking to you through the dream state. Make sure that you're writing your dreams down at this time. Okay, especially with all this Piscean energy we have right now as I'm recording this anyway. But if you're watching this, again, these are timeless and it still fits. Spirit has this magical way of pulling in the right people. Okay, so if you are here, trust that this is for you. Alright, damn, it just got dark in here. Let me turn this light on. Hope that helps. Alright, let's get a card for the unexpected. What is this unexpected energy? Sacred reverence. Yes, dude, I literally, this feels like the universe speaking to you. This is what's going to be unexpected for some of you. Some of you may have learned how to tap into some gratitude, or maybe learning how to tap into gratitude. You may notice that the more grateful you are, the more blessings you receive, the more things you have to be grateful for. But this feels like ancient knowledge being opened up or revealed to some. And it's through you doing the work and quieting the mind and doing this self-reflection, reflecting on the story that you have been telling, what you're manifesting, and, you know, reflecting on if that is actually what you want, perhaps, or if there's a new story. There are big cycles being closed out here and new portals opening, new beginnings. I do feel like this full moon could be significant for some of you. We got the Grand Symphony. Number 27 breaks down to a 9, manifestation. Okay, you are manifesting harmony. This is about putting the pieces together, right? It's about you creating, yeah, I just keep hearing creating harmony. Some of you, music could be significant. But there's energy here. I feel like this is reminding you of that you are part of the whole, right? And this is energy that can help you to remove bias and see the interconnectedness of all of it. Knowing perhaps or learning that everything you do has a consequence. This is unity consciousness, the end of division. Some of you could be, and we're going to pull some tarot here. Some of you guys could be like mending some relationships. Perhaps because of this understanding that comes in. We got the 2 of Wands. Ooh. The 5 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this feels like the end of a conflict. The end of some anxiety. The end of a certain way of being or way of doing things. This is stepping out of the rules, stepping out of the box, choosing a new, yeah, this just feels like a big awakening for some. Like realizing the old way wasn't working and learning to plan for a better future. Some of you could be realizing how powerful your words are. Yeah, this feels like a blessing that's coming in as a result of changing of perspective. Yeah. The Sun is literally the happiest card you can get. It's the epitome of positivity, happiness, joy. This is a new beginning, a spark of creation. And it feels like a gift from Spirit. Some of you are going to be really tapping into your intuition, your psychic gifts. Letting go of some self-imposed restrictions here. Tell me about this Hierophant. Yeah, it's a change in direction. Feels like I just keep hearing the old way wasn't working. Look, there's the Magician. This is you stepping into your power, fire signs, some way. Tell me about this Hierophant in reverse, my fire signs. Tell me about this Hierophant. You have the King of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, there could be an earth sign man involved. Doesn't have to be, but Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. For some, what didn't go your way could have to do with some money or your stability. I'm hearing your security. The Empress in reverse, is there was a block here. There was something blocking your abundance. And now there's some truth that's going to be revealed. And I think this is going to help you look at things in a different way. Your childhood could have something to do with it, or children, or family. And there's a realization with the 6 of Cups that, you know, when what you put out You know, what you focus on is important, but there's a familiarity here. There's something to do with the past. Four of Swords in reverse is not thinking clearly. But look at this. You learn something new, and then you create it. You learn how to create. You're learning how to, and there is big change here, but I think that you're taking action. And yeah, I just keep feeling like learning how to think about things in a new way. I'm gonna get you guys a couple animal spirits out here, and then I'll get you a wild goddess. My fire signs. Look. What did I say? The old way wasn't working. The B upright would be like hardworking. In reverse, something wasn't working. There could have been some annoyances here. Something was out of alignment. There's an energy here of like blaming others. Quitting. Just like not, I don't know, there's like effort being put in this direction. Self-destructive energies here. And then comes the Phoenix. The Phoenix is about facing your past, fire signs. And the Phoenix is known to burn, you know, to turn into ashes and then come back completely renewed. So again, with this big release that I just keep feeling for you guys, there's something that you're releasing or putting in the past, letting go of, so that you can tell your new story, so that you can come back renewed. A new person, completely new. But you got to practice letting go here, fire signs. There's something that you've been holding on to that is not helping you. It's not helping you at all. There could be some scarcity mindsets, fights, arguments, conflicts. It's giving, you know, lack mentality. It's giving, you know, very negative thinking. Being annoyed, or, you know, worried about the wrong shit, right? The details. Yeah, there needs to be movement forward here. The elephant is an unstoppable force. You can get through this. You will get through this. It's just up to you now what new story you want to tell, right? What connections do you want to keep? What connections do you just not resonate with? And what mindsets as well? What characteristics, right? Self-reflection. What emotions would you like to release? We got the bear. The bear is about movement. It could be necessary for you guys to move your body in some way. Maybe even dance, yoga, any kind of, you know, practice where you are specifically intentionally releasing energy, stuck energy. Move your energy and use your mind and your words to do it as well. Not just your body, but, you know, as a whole. Connect with your higher self. And as you're moving, you know, direct your body to release any stagnant energies, and you can focus on one area if you like. If you're feeling some kind of tension, or if you just, want a whole body, just use your intention, use your words, okay? Talk yourself through it. Practice letting go. Let's get a wild goddess out here. My fire signs. What was that? Yeah, the gardener. She kind of stopped at the gardener, so we're going to stop here for a second. Tending to her garden, right? Tending to the characteristics, the thoughts, the traits, the relationships that she wishes to grow. Weed out negativity and toxic thoughts to clear the way for new growth that is sure to come if you add habits that heal to your life. Add habits that heal to your life. What we were just talking about. Yoga helps you heal. Kundalini could be powerful for some of you. One more for my fire signs. Thank you. We got the mermaid. Okay. Look below the surface of your emotional reactions to know what's really going on, for things are not always what they seem. There's some illusion here, fire signs, okay? So now is the time for self-reflection. Now is the time to quiet the mind and to have those conversations with yourself. Be curious about your own nature, right? Choose to turn inwards, to quietly contemplate who and what you are and want, right? The more that you know about yourself, the more that you're able to steer yourself well. Know what you believe and why. And be open to the development of new beliefs and new ways of being. Don't be afraid to look deeply at yourself in all aspects. Okay? Both scientists and spiritual practitioners believe that there's a lot to benefit in this, in self-reflection. Right? The process involves us thinking about what's happening, how we react, and how we make sense of it. Right? It exposes our strengths and our weaknesses, and it gives us information to make changes if we choose to. Right? It gives us a small respite in the busyness of life, and it allows our brain to make some sense of the chaos that we experience each day. Right? I would recommend doing this every night before going to bed. And what I like to do, fire signs, is I like to go through my day, and especially if there was something that was very emotional, I like to release some of that emotion before I go to bed. And so I'll replay it in my head, but I'll play it in my head more how I want it to be, how I want it to feel, with a positive response, a positive emotion, if that makes sense. I think self-reflection is something we would all benefit from doing. Right? It requires us to slow down somewhat and turn inwards, and it's something that probably doesn't really come very naturally to some, especially not the highly extroverted. But those that are introverted, you probably do this often. Just let's direct it a little more, right? Let's dissect it a little bit, right? Starting small, and maybe even getting some assistance with someone else as a guide that can help you. Some people aren't really sure how to self-reflect, and maybe that's why they don't try. But you can examine the various ways to self-reflect, nowadays with, all of the, you can look on YouTube or on TikTok and get all the information, all the resources or tools or ways of doing this. and then take action, right? But you could also do this just on your own. You know, just asking yourself some of those bigger questions. And by recording how you feel each day. You could think about your reactions throughout the day. Also, I think some people, when they self-reflect, they will self-reflect, but when they do, they don't like the feelings of vulnerability or anger or guilt or even defensiveness. And so, you know, it's the thought form, oh, why go there when it isn't pleasant, right? But here's where we grow our self-responsibility, our self-discipline, right? Short-term pain will certainly be worth long-term gain if we don't ignore the elephant in the room, right? So a regular practice of self-reflection allows us to intercede, you know, before problems get too big. You know, we can, for example, catch ourselves before something gets way out of hand. We can apologize and make amends to somebody for our mistake. We can catch negative patterns and stop them in their tracks. So yeah, this is a really powerful tool and helps you to build resilience as well. I'm going to get just a couple of these Changing Life Situations deck, which this deck is in my showcase on the app that has the 2 T's in it, if anybody's interested. Any advice or last messages for my fire signs? Let's get one for each sign. So we'll go Aries. Aries. We got Shield of Resistance. Employ your shield of resilience. I mean, resilience, not resistance. Some of you guys could be resistant to a certain path, and this is what this is about, opening up to this new way. But the shield of resilience. Employ your shield of resilience, guarding against external pressures while nurturing your internal strength in love and career. Leo, open doors. You have many options, so take your time, choose what's right. And Sag, gentle release. Let yourself surrender to the flow of life's mysterious currents. Just go with it. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, all of the things. I love hearing from you guys, so definitely check in the comments. Let me know you were here. Let me know your sign and how this resonated for you. I wish you guys a beautiful rest of your week. Love you guys.